Disclaimer. This video is my opinion, and I will try my best to bring accurate information and explanation in the video. If you have any ideas you have in mind, comment down below. Berserk is one of my most favorite franchises of all time. It always holds the #1 spot for me. But I know you all don't want to hear about that, so sit back, relax. This will be an interesting ride.
Why am I talking about this?
To begin this legendary story, I have a small request. If you enjoy this type of content, please support and subscribe to my channel. It showcases my dedication to something I cherish, and for all you Berserk lovers out there, thank you. To understand the intense rivalry and history between the two characters, we will have to go back further in time when Skull Knight encountered Zod in battle. Who is Zod? Is he an enemy or foe? Zod is a legendary swordsman and powerful apostle said to have killed thousands of adversaries on the battlefield. After intervals of inactivity and purported death, Zod resurfaces on the battlefield to continue his slaughter, having done so unmitigated for roughly 300 years. He possesses an intense thirst for battle, only sated by his long-spanning rivalry with the Skull Knight. His search for the ultimate strong one leads him to submit to an incarnated Griffith, whom he serves as one of the White Falcon's most trusted warriors in the reborn band of the Falcon. His strategic mindset in the face of formidable Zod. Zod is an enigmatic individual. Unlike most apostles, he does not eat human flesh, nor is he inherently sadistic and cruel. He takes no pleasure in torturing or killing weaklings. Indeed, Zod has expressed great melancholy at his own strength, as he is too powerful to find adequate adversaries among men. For those who survive their encounters with him, and thus prove themselves worthy opponents, Zod has nothing but respect. He holds anyone who can harm or even defend themselves against him in great esteem, such as Guts and the Skull Knight. How did Guts has overcome seemingly insurmountable odds in the past? We must not forget why Guts separated himself from the Band of the Hawks in the first place. Becoming dissatisfied with clinging to Griffith's dream, Guts departs from the band in pursuit of his own. Following the horrors of the eclipse prompted by Griffith, Guts embarks on a 2-year war against the God Hand and Apostles, becoming increasingly embittered on his one-track quest for retribution. He, in time, realizes that protecting his regressed lover is more important to him, as well as something he cannot do alone, and thus puts aside his quest for revenge while fostering camaraderie with new companions. How Guts' growth as a warrior throughout the series. In 3 years' time, Guts, now 18, is promoted to the Band of the Falcon's Raiders captain, and for their efforts against the Black Ram Iron Lance Knights, the band is formally recruited by Midland in its century-spanning campaign against Tudor. At a later point, amid seizing a Tudor stronghold, the Band of the Falcon finds itself at a standstill while making its final push into the fortress, with roughly 50 of Guts' soldiers being slaughtered by a single enemy burrowed within the inner citadel, himself, where he meets the monstrous apostle Nosferatu Zod and engages in battle with the demon. Initially taken aback by his opponent's overwhelming aura and daunted from parrying Zod's bone-rattling strike, Guts ultimately gambles his life on one swing and, with it, lands a gashing blow on the apostle. Zod is only further excited by the injury, having, after 300 years, finally found a human capable of injuring him, and subsequently assumes his behemoth-released form, the Slayer who has achieved eliminating 100 soldiers in battle. In the midst of their escape, the two mercenaries are surrounded by a swarm of Adon's troops. Together, they mount a counter-offensive, with Guts eventually killing Adon's brother, Samson. Acknowledging Casca's weakened condition, Guts decides to stay behind to buy time for her escape, telling his comrade to return to her metaphorical swordmaster. Griffith, the Raiders' captain, in an arduous battle, is able to defeat all of the Tudor troops in the forest, single-handedly killing approximately 100 soldiers. What happened around the Bonfire of Dreams? After Guts is found and carried to a Band of the Falcon encampment, he reveals to Casca his admiration for her, Griffith, and the rest of the Band of the Falcon's commitment to realizing their collective dreams. Furthermore, he reveals that he doesn't feel his place is with their campfire of dreams, strongly alluding to his forthcoming departure from the band. How did Guts survive impossible odds? Guts' strategic mindset and unwavering resolve in the face of formidable warriors make him a formidable opponent. Well, we have to talk about his legendary weapon. Depending on which fan calculations you use, Dragon Slayer weighs anywhere between 220 and 60, and the creator has stated it at 440. The Dragon Slayer is the massive sword Guts has wielded as his signature weapon since surviving the eclipse. As a young man, the blacksmith Godo lived in a castle town far from the hut he would one day call home. When the castle town's sovereign, a king, sent out a proclamation to all of his vassals to forge a sword capable of killing a dragon, Godo's liege lord entrusted him with the task of doing so. Tired of crafting ornate weapons for nobles who seek elegance in their armaments, Godo took the task seriously, creating the huge but unusable Dragon Slayer. Angry at how crude and impractical the Dragon Slayer was, Godo's liege lord threatened the blacksmith's life, forcing Godo to flee the castle town and settle down at his mine. How did the dragon sword was discovered?
Oh shit, here we go again.
After being kept in storage for years, the Dragon Slayer is discovered by Guts during a fight against an unidentified roaming apostle. The black swordsman wields it with ease, slaying the apostle in 2 swings, shocking Godo, who thought the sword's weight made it unusable as a weapon. Embarking on a warpath against demonkind afterward, Guts effectively uses the Dragon Slayer against evil spirits, possessed monsters, and particularly apostles. Upon Guts' return to Godo's abode 2 years later, Godo observes the wear and tear the Dragon Slayer has endured and decides to reforge it.
Hey, I'm Guts. Sorry for the interruption, but we must stop here for now. Hang over if you will for part 2. If you want me to discuss further the final battle scenario fight, let's get up to 10 likes, so I know you are enjoying the experience. I hope to see you again in the causality of Berserk.